engage in lending activities. The scheme, which promises to help clients achieve financial goals, was discovered after Citi Link Systems Incorporated, a registered information technology firm, reported that Citi Loan had claimed to be affiliated with CTLSI. The Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, PhilHealth, in Eastern Visayas has reported a significant increase in payments to healthcare facilities due to a surge in dengue cases in Region 8. PhilHealth Eastern Visayas Field Operations Chief Asilo Miliente Jr. said the agency disbursed a total of 68.01 million pesos to cover 6,052 dengue patients as of the first week of September. This amount already surpassed last year's total payout of 53.90 million pesos, which covered 5,878 dengue patients. Dengue treatment is included in PhilHealth's benefit package, ensuring that both members and non-members receive assistance. Dengue patients admitted to hospitals are eligible for compensation of 30,000 pesos under PhilHealth, which is about a 30% increase to the 10,000 pesos in previous years. Dengue has been part of the PhilHealth package provided that the patients are confined in the health facility, said Miliente in an interview on September 10. As of August 30, the Department of Health reported 10,807 dengue cases in Eastern Visayas, representing a 2,907% increase compared to the 2,723 cases reported over the same period last year. The cities of Ormoc and Yete and Catbalogan and Cabayog, both in summer, earlier declared a state of calamity due to the rise in dengue cases in their respective localities. Yet the province, including Tacloban City, recorded the most number of dengue cases in the region with 4,633 from January 1 to August 31 this year, followed by Samar with 2,832, Southern Yete with 1,643, Eastern Samar with 893, Northern Samar with 556, and Biliran with 230. The province of Samar has the highest number of dengue-related deaths with 11, followed by Yete with 5, Eastern Samar 3, Northern Samar 2, and Southern Leyte 1. No fatality was recorded in Biliran. The rise in dengue cases in Eastern Visayas was attributed to the heavy rainfall in the region in the past weeks. Close to 40 years since the Cordillera Administrative Region was first created, autonomy remains an elusive dream for the local governments comprising the region. With no government funding to make the autonomous region a reality, a group of legal, political, and financial experts in the Mountain region has been reviewing the latest measures on how to make CAR operational in view of the 2023 position paper issued by the country's fiscal managers that the government could not yet afford a second autonomous government, according to discussions by the Regional Development Council on Thursday. House Bill number 3267 will require the national government to subsidize a 10-year block grant of 75 billion pesos, which would go to high-impact projects that would jumpstart the economies of Baguio City and the province of Ifugao, Kalinga, Abra, Apayao, Benguet, and Mountain Province. These provincial governments make up CAR, which delayed President Corazon Aquino formed on July 15, 1987, through Executive Order number 220. But because of the COVID-19 pandemic and a Supreme Court decision in 2018 that reduced national government revenues when it expanded the tax share of local governments, the national government may only be ready to shoulder the CAR's financial requirements by 2029, according to a joint evaluation rendered last year by Budget Secretary Amanda Pangadaman, Choco Economic Secretary Arsenio Balisacan, and then Finance Secretary and now Monitoring Board member Benjamin Diogno. A Cordillera Technical Working Group led by Loden John Ray Libiran of the University of Baguio has been examining the proposed Cordillera regional bureaucracy and programs outlined in the measure. The TWG has yet to recommend changes to House Resolution 3267, according to officials who attended the RTC session that was held behind closed doors. But during its meeting in August, the DWG found provisions in the draft law that translate to double funding, which may need to be deleted or amended. They also proposed that the transition period, which corresponds to the annual financial assistance from the national government, be shortened. A male Chinese national and his Filipino companion, who were allegedly kidnapped in Paranaque City in Lucena City, were found in Laurel Town in Pantagas Province on Friday. The Region 4A police in a belated report on Saturday, September 14 said a resident found she, age 36, and Milagros, age 36, along Digno Highway in Barangay San Gregorio around 3:16 a.m. on September 13. According to the victims, who are both residents of Barangay Santo Nino in Paranaque City, they were adopted by a group of unidentified men and forced to board a silver-colored vehicle. The kidnappers fled after releasing them in the area where they were found. The police did not provide additional information about the victims and the details of the supposed abduction incident. The victims will be turned over to the Philippine National Police Anti-Kidnapping Group for proper disposition. And the Necros Electric and Power Corporation has vowed to replace aging substation transformers and power lines to prevent the parental power outages in this coverage area. Roa Castro, NEPC President and Chief Executive Officer, presented their 2.5 billion pesos development plan to officials of Negros Occidental, the cities of Palocod, Talisay, Silay, and Bago, and the municipalities of Lucia and Don Salvador Benedicto at Seda Hotel in Palocod on September 11. Under its 5-year development plan, NEPC commits to undertake massive rehabilitation work in the first 3 years and modernization and expansion in the fourth to fifth years. Castro said the bidding for the NEPC underground distribution system will be in November this year, and they expect that the first kilometer along Lacson Street will be completed in May 2025. He also assured that NEPC's distribution rates will not increase in the next 2 years, but stressed that they do not have control over generation rates from power suppliers. Castro said they also aim to achieve a 70% reduction in system loss contributed by metering inaccuracy in 5 years. He said about 250 million pesos will also be spent for the 3-year seat-tail electrification program. Castro also assured that there will be no power interruptions in Palocod during the Mascara Festival in October. Palocod Mayor Alfredo Abelardo Benitez said he will hold NEPC to its word, specifically on its execution of its 5-year development plan. He also expects cheaper power rates and less power interruptions with the improvement of the NEPC distribution system. NEPC and the Central Negros Electric Cooperative and NECO earlier entered into a joint venture agreement to augment the financial needs in the rehabilitation and modernization of the electric distribution assets and meet the power demand of the increasing power of consumers. NEPC, starting last August 1, began deploying its personnel to augment the management and operations of the distribution system of Seneco, which NEPC had purchased. It is now 12:11 in the afternoon, and koolNews at noon. We'll be right back. 1.6 billion pesos, mostly in mining, power, gas, steam, and manufacturing, particularly steel. According to its Facebook page, PC will be the first 2 million metric ton per annum integrated steel mill in the Philippines. The plant will be at the PESA-approved Kabanga Agro Industrial Economic Zone at Barangay Kabanga, Maasin. PC is a private company under Panghua Group Co. Ltd., which is headquartered in China's Jiangsu province. Founded in 2001, the Panghua Group is one of the top 500 enterprises in China, its previous said. PC aims to provide permanent resolution to the high demand of steel in the Philippines. PC will be selling 30% of its products locally, addressing the country's consumption and helping the Philippines become self-efficient in its steel requirements, it said. GSCCCII President Miguel Rinen Dominguez, also the former provincial governor of Sarangani, told reporters that the Panghua Group had started developing the steel plant in a 40-hectare property in the eco zone. It could become an important source of steel products that will support the growth of industries and the construction not just in Mindanao but the whole country, he said. The plant is expected to start production in December 2025 and generate some 2,000 jobs, including 500 for engineers, he added. Panghua first planned to put up a 10 MTPA integrated steel mill worth $3.5 billion at the Philidec Industrial Estate in northern Mindanao region 5 years ago, but eventually chose to locate in Sarangani at the lesser production capacity. Antonio Trillanes IV will run for mayor of Caloocan City in next year's midterm elections. Today, I formally announced my candidacy for mayor of Caloocan City in the 2025 elections. Change is coming, the former senator said in the post on X, formerly Twitter, on Saturday. Let's get into the headlines from around the world as US President Joe Biden played down threats of war from Moscow Friday as he met British Prime Minister Keir Starmer to discuss whether to lend Ukraine for Western supply long-range missiles into Russia. I don't think much about Vladimir Putin, Biden told reporters at the White House when asked about the Russian president's warning that giving Kiev the green light would mean that NATO was at war with Moscow. Starmer was set to press Biden during the meeting to back his plan to send British Storm Shadow missiles to hit Ukraine, to hit deeper inside Russia as allies become increasingly concerned about the battlefield situation. I think the next few weeks and months could be crucial, very, very important that we support Ukraine in this vital war of freedom, Starmer said as the talks began. But while Biden said it was clear that Biden will not prevail in this war, he is expected to reject Ukraine's demand to be able to use long-range US-made ATACMS missiles against Russian territory. US officials believe that the missiles would make a limited difference to Ukraine's campaign and also want to ensure that Washington's own stock of the munitions are not depleted. Eight bells, one weighing over 4 tonnes or 4.41 tons, were returned to Nora Damem Cathedral in Paris Thursday, just months before it is due to reopen 5 years after a devastating fire. These bells are the voice of the cathedral, the ones that ring every day, said Pife Jos, head of the rebuilding Notre Dame de Paris organization. The bell's arrival lets us look ahead to the rebirth of Notre Dame on December 7, he added, speaking among dozens of onlookers who had come to snap pictures of the delivery. Teams repairing damage from the April 15, 2019 blaze had to remove the bells from the largest Gabriel to the smallest Jean Marie from Notre Dame's North Tower last July to complete the work. The bells themselves have been cleaned of lead dust torn off by the charge building roof and restored at the foundry that first cast them in Normandy in northern France before the delivery by truck back to Paris. Notre Dame rector Oliver Ribadu Dumas was to bless the pearl of 8 bells, each named after a significant figure from the cathedral's history, later on Thursday. The bells will be restored to their place in the belfry in the next 2 or 3 weeks and tested before the reopening, Joe said. Heavyweight Gabriel weighs more than 4.1 tonnes or 4.52 tons, while the lightest, Jamari, clocks in at a dainty 782 kilograms or 1,724 pounds. Notre Dame has 20 bells in total, including 2 massive bourdons, the largest weighing 30 tonnes, 14.33 tons, producing the lowest notes that hang in the Sword Tower, which are ranked for major church events such as Easter, Christmas, or the Dead, or election of a pope. First completed in 1345 after 2 centuries of construction, the cathedral is set to reopen on December 7 after a massive restoration effort that is still underway. Around 10 million people per year visited the church before the fire. And as Peru prepares to lay former President Alberto Fujimori to rest on Saturday, the families of civilians killed in his war on left-wing guerrillas are grappling with his death. He left without asking for forgiveness from the victims' relatives. He made a mockery of us, sobbed Gladys Rubina, the sister of one of the victims of 2 massacres in the 1990s for which Fujimori spent 16 years behind bars. During Fujimori's 1990 to 2000 rule, government forces cracked down hard on insurgents, particularly Moses Shining Path rebels, whose war with the state between 1980 and 2000 left more than 69,000 people dead and 21,000 missing, according to official figures. Rubina's teenage sister Nelly was among 50 people killed by government forces in the Barrios Latos neighborhood of Lima on November 3, 1991. 6 masked soldiers stormed a house party and opened fire on what they mistakenly thought were insurgents. The same military death squad, known as the koolNews Group, executed 9 students and a professor at the Cantuta University in the capital the following year. Both cases were instrumental in the conviction of Fujimori, who spent 16 years in prison before being freed on immigrant grounds last December. He died on Wednesday at the age of 86 after a long battle with cancer. And finally, in showbiz happenings, William Rivera informed fans of the adjustment of the time slot of Will to Win, saying the variety show will now air at 5 p.m. instead of 4:30 p.m. after the removal of its 30-minute segment. Starting on Monday, September 16 po, alas 5 na po tayo magsisimula. 5 o'clock para kasama inyong na kaagad ako. The TV host said during the show's episode on Friday, September 13. Wala na tayo magiging sa Carrera, 4:30 to 5 p.m. yun. Kasi ang gusto niyo ata ay lumabas agad ako ng alas 5, sama-sama na agad tayo. He added. And that is it for Cool News at Noon. As always, if you have any news suggestions or feedback that you would like to share, you can get in touch with us at tvhphilippines.news@gmail.com. Until then, I'm Pyro. We will see you later for more news headlines with Cool News at 4. Good afternoon.